Now let's cut to live visuals from Moscow's Carlton Hotel. Now over to Moscow Carlton, where our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibu is going to be running through all the highlights of the Prime Minister's interactions. Take a look. Yeah, good to see you, Siddhant. Now, can you tell us more what's going on?
I'm here in Moscow, where the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is present. We saw the diaspora address by the Indian Prime Minister a short while ago, and he made a big announcement, especially announcement on opening up of 2 new Indian consulates in Russia. With me is someone who has met the Prime Minister in the past and again met the Prime Minister. So welcome to WION. First, if you can start by introducing yourself. You managed to meet the Prime Minister, and Prime Minister had special words for you. So if you can talk about that old connect you have with the Prime Minister.
My name is Sadhu Priyadas. I represent ISKCON temple here in Moscow. I was very happy and feel privileged to be part of today's his address to the Indian community. I had the privilege of meeting him before a few times. Once in 2001 he visited our ISKCON temple, and he spent almost 1 hour, and I had the privilege of hosting him and interacting with him. And today I brought a photograph of his visit to our temple in 2001, where he is performing puja to our presiding deities. And he was very happy to see this photograph, and he requested me to give a copy to him. And, you know, especially the initiative which Prime Minister Modi is taking to strengthen our relationship between Russia and India is very much appreciable. And we are very thankful to Prime Minister and President Putin for their friendship. And that gives us more hope, more confidence that this relationship will which will reach new heights.
Sir, we heard the statements by the Prime Minister. Prime Minister announced the opening up of 2 new consulates as well. Essentially, if you can give your views about the Prime Minister's address here to the members of the Indian diaspora.
Prime Minister Modi very clearly outlined the kind of relationship which Russia has with India. He mentioned that in Russia the weather may go down to minus in winter time, but Indo-Russian relationship is always in plus. It's very warm relationship. And Mr. Modi mentioned about opening the 2 consulates in Russia, in Kazan and in Ekaterinburg, which is very good news for all the Indian community living in this country and all our Russian friends who more and more, traveling to India and going for business travels. So it's very good news. And Prime Minister Modi mentioned about new title he gave to all the Indian community staying in this country. He mentioned about Rashtradoot, that we all of us represent our country, we are ambassador of the country, and he gave the new title Rashtradoot. So we'll be proud to share this our new designation to our Russian friends.
Well, thank you so much, sir, on that note, for speaking to WION. So, this is the view from the ground when it comes to the members of the Indian diaspora. I think sir is quite busy, so you can engage with the other members. But essentially, when it comes to the diaspora event of Prime Minister, it has been a permanent fixture. Now, this is the first diaspora event of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his 3rd term. So, a lot of enthusiasm from the members of the diaspora. If I can show you the exact room where, of course, the address happened. This was the place where the address happened. And, of course, now the day has started. It is around 10:20 a.m. So far here in Moscow. So a pretty long day. It was the first engagement of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister now goes to a pavilion. He also lays wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Then, of course, the India-Russia summit begins. This is a summit which is happening for the 22nd time. We do expect a lot of announcements being made, especially when it comes to the economic sphere. Already the big announcement has been made in terms of the opening up of new diplomatic missions. Now, India, after the setting up of new consulates. We'll have 4 consulates in Russia. One is in St. Petersburg, the second one in Vladivostok, the third one in Kazan, and the fourth one in Yekaterinburg, and of course the embassy in Moscow. If you look at the Prime Minister's address, very important address in terms of the India-Russia relationship. He termed the India-Russia relationship based on mutual respect, and it is a relationship which he said is based on trust. Now, significant statements made by the Prime Minister at a time when we know that the NATO summit in Washington begins. So quite a contrast that in Moscow, the leader of the world's largest democracy is with the Russian President Vladimir Putin, while in Washington there are other NATO leaders are meeting when it comes to the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict. The outcomes of both these meetings are crucial in terms of deciding the fate of the world in many ways, especially the global world order, which has seen significant changes since the start of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Let me again go back to the view from the ground, where of course the members of the Indian diaspora are present, and of course they're still having some selfies from the podium where the Indian Prime Minister made his address.
Now, definitely a joyous moment for the Indian diaspora there. Thank you, Satan, for bringing us all the details, and we will continue to track the developments to come.